Yummy. Yummy.
Common Good TV show. The Common Good TV show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show. The Common Good Radio Show. The Common Good Radio Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show.
Hello and welcome back to the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Homeless Veteran Transition Program, Veteran Rescue Mission. I am Pastor John McClain. Hi, Mom. You watching? Oh, Mom, come on, hurry. Well, I am here with my favorite co-host and yours, Mrs. Alicia Sanchez with Omni Homes International.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, she's watching. You know your mom's watching. Yeah, you're about to, yeah, huge fan. Yeah. And we're having fun, huh?
Yeah, we are.
And as I've mentioned several times on the show, it's such a blessing, not only bringing you on as a co-host and all of our kind of supporters and sponsors for the years getting to meet you, but how awesome has it been you being able to meet some of these powerhouses, huh?
It's been amazing. I'm like thinking of all the services I want to get. I'm learning new things every day. Services I didn't know were even available, so it's really cool.
At least two of our guests that have been on, you've never even realized that their technology existed. So,
at all.
Yeah. And I want to think probably in that same vein, the next group we're going to have on, I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them, even though, again, they are a pillar in our community. So it's always a blessing for me to, ostensibly expose to the community one of the pillars that they may have not even realized existed. And certainly not only the organization, but the person, Lakisha Dion, that we have here in studio, as well as is a pillar in the community. So thank you, Lakisha, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Elisa. We need to step outside after this and just talk. We have something in common.
Oh, okay. I'm excited.
John just talked about. But thank you for having me. Yeah. This is exciting. I miss you. Where have you been?
Where have you been? No, I've been here. you're on sabbatical.
Yes.
Then you're back in the lab working. You're raising kids. You're raising a family. Man,
I'm raising athletes. Like, honestly, sabbatical should have been rest time. Between May and the end of July, we were in Atlanta for a football combine. We were in Denver for Junior Olympics, the regionals. We were in Texas A&M for Junior Olympics nationals. And then now we're into football season.
Yeah. So now you're back home and you can go on vacation.
No, it's football season. Apparently, everything stops for football season, like gymnastics, which my little girl is in. She should not have practice on Friday because it's football season, high school football. So, there's no rest until after the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're super mom.
Yeah, for sure. And super mom and super director of 4Tucson.
Yes.
This. I don't want to kind of ruin it, but it's, this pillar organization for other faith-based organizations to meet up, come together, and come up with some solutions within the vein of our values.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'll let you speak to it a little better and explain to people, what is 4Tucson? So
it's almost like you knew I was going to talk about this particular scripture passage when you said in the coming up with solutions in the vein of our values, our Christian values. And in Jeremiah 29, 5-7, it talks about where God is commanding the people of Israel to go out and build houses and plant gardens and have children and marry your children off to sons or other husbands and wives. And there's like 4 generations that God commanded the children of Israel to do. And then there's another command where he says, and seek the peace and prosperity of our city and pray unto the Lord for it. So when you flourish, the city would flourish. When you prosper, the city would prosper. And it is such a great connection to our vision. At 4Tucson, we see a city aligned with God's ways so that his peace and his prosperity is experienced by all generations. And so there's that direct blessing that God gives those who follow him, but then there's that indirect blessing within the community that others get to benefit from. And so what 4Tucson directly does is to identify issues that are preventing those areas of prosperity in our city. So the 4 issues that we are very focused on right now is housing, economic opportunity and development, education, and how do we reduce poverty, and where are those gaps. And so that's where we go and make friends with the other nonprofits throughout the community, other churches and ministries doing things that are directly related to those very specific areas. But how do we build this continuum where there's no gaps, that everyone is experiencing these blessings that these nonprofits and others in our community are doing? And we get to do that. We have so much fun. We get to do these deep dive research. And what is the issue of housing in our city? But first of all, what does God say about housing? Should Christians even be a part of that? And all the time God is saying, yes, you guys need to be a part of that. He said it very specifically, build houses. And we can't just all dwell in them. Others need to dwell in them. And so what we then go and look at, what does it look like, this issue globally, what it looks like nationally, what it looks like at the state level, the county level, the city level. And then we go all the way down to within a 1-mile radius of the church. And how are people flourishing or not flourishing in that area? And ways we get to do that is by gathering the community, different people, different stakeholders. They're not all Christians. They're just people who care about the things that we care about. They don't necessarily need to believe in the things that we believe. And but we gather them together once a year at this event called Movement Day. And then afterwards, each month, we come together and do this longer conversation with our monthly breakfasts at the Sands Club that you actually helped us get organized there the 4th Friday of each month. So really excited. Really excited about that.
And you have a podcast.
Yes.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So we have a podcast where we get to showcase other ministries and nonprofits that we work directly with. And those nonprofits get to share about the good things that they're doing within the city, but then we are also able to connect how we are partnering. And so this last one, we are partnering with City Gospel Movements. It's the Louise Palau Association organization, and we are really studying how can we get others to own the lostness in our city and build out this evangelism program on you're doing great things on this side of town and you're doing great things on this side of town, but how can we come together and strengthen one another and begin to pull on the same rope together versus in these separate tandem ways that we're serving the city. And it's just really interesting. So we had their Mountain Region director from the City Gospel Movements on the podcast, and it's really funny because Jesse Northway is who we interviewed. Jesse and my husband have a very similar characteristic when they get on the sideline of their boys' sports. And they're very passionate. They're so passionate. And Jesse's wife and me, we are going to build this support group for sports moms. And Sports Wives.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Makes sense. Yeah.
Tucson Sports Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a reality show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're talking with Jesse about some of the unique ways other cities are doing this and how we are starting this and building this this group. We're not taking any just one group to take it and go. We really want to come together and remove any egos or logos and come together as one to see how we can really own the lostness in our city. So really excited about that. It's a fun, very fun conversational podcast. I'm not a very clinical person, as you can see. I like to have character. So that's how all of the podcasts are.
That's cool. And and other than the fourth Friday event at the Arizona Sands Club at 8 a.m., the general meeting that everybody's welcome to. Definitely join us at the fourth Friday at the Arizona Sands Club on the 5th floor of the U of A football stadium. How can people get involved, volunteer, participate in what 4Tucson is doing?
Yeah, so there's a number of different ways that we're engaging the community. One, I would share about the adoptive program, and that is our partnership with the city in a way that we are challenging others to come up and serve the community as the city is replacing people or placing people from the street into housing. So the adoptive program is one way, but the best way to really connect with us is go to 4Tucson.com and just take a look at our website. We are all on most of the social media platforms, and take a look at that as well too.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lakisha, for joining us.
Thank you.
You have great energy.
Yeah.
It's like so positive.
It's actually contained right now. I don't know why.
Well, that's Lakisha Dion with 4Tucson. This is the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Commission. I'm Pastor John McClain here with your favorite co-host, Alicia Sanchez with Omni Homes International. As we always say, join us at the Arizona Sands Club every Wednesday at 9 a.m. We have a complimentary breakfast, as well as the fourth Friday. Join us for the 4Tucson breakfast. And remember, just sit back for 24 hours and just relax. It'll really make your day.
Common Good TV show. The Common Good TV show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission.